Here's another important video from the Personal Defense Network. One of the upsides to operating in a really cold environment is that it does expand your carry options. Whereas something like this inside the waistband holster designed for a left-handed shooter like Mike might be the best option or even only option for some people when it comes to carrying a firearm every day underneath of the types of clothing, maybe an untucked shirt or a lightweight windbreaker in a regular environment. Being in a cold weather environment, bundled up more, gives us a lot more options. And in fact, Mike today has, instead of something like an inside the waistband, a regular strong side hip holster. Let's take a look at that, Mike. Now, we can see, if Mike turns to face the camera, that this gives us a relatively large profile out to the side. And if you'll turn this way, you can see that if he was just wearing a t-shirt and it were untucked, if he even maybe just had this layer and didn't have the outer layer, that might be something that prints, in other words, shows the outline of the firearm much more easily than it does under multiple layers. Being bundled up gives us the opportunity to carry a firearm in a way that's more comfortable and ultimately, once we fight through those layers, more convenient for presentation, allowing us to get a more full grip on the firearm than something like this does, which is going to be up against our body. Even I, in this kind of a jacket, which isn't exactly as heavy as this and isn't as bulky or as warm, I'm sure at this point, gives me the opportunity to carry in a shoulder holster. In this type of configuration, which I would never get away with a normal size jacket or a pullover or something like that, this gives me the opportunity to carry a full-size gun, maybe larger than this Glock, in a situation where it's still relatively convenient to do a presentation and orientation towards the threat, even under a relatively small jacket. Another consideration, the last consideration that I want to talk about in terms of cold weather operations, is off-body carry. By using a bag like this with a built-in holster that's actually designed to be worn over top of all of my layers, I might actually be able to get to the firearm faster, more conveniently, and more reliably under a variety of situations. So now, in this environment, if I recognize a threat, I simply reach down, I would unsnap this, open the flap, reach down into where my firearm is holstered securely, and present again through the ready position, engaging the threat, coming back into the ready position. So off-body carry, whether it's with a messenger bag setup, a fanny pack, or even some kind of bag that rides on your hip, as are designed by some of the holster manufacturers, gives us yet another option where we don't have to worry about fighting through the layers in a cold weather environment. Check out more videos just like this one at the Personal Defense Network.